a few moments now to check into the breath. Notice, is the breath fast or slow? Is it smooth? Is it jagged? Is it deep or shallow? So just noticing the breath. Ready, taking right hand to your belly, left hand to your heart. Tilting the head ever so slightly to the left, we're going to imagine the thoughts of the mind now. So anything that's going on in the mind, we're going to allow these thoughts to pour into the heart space so that with every breath, we're purifying our thoughts with our heart's intention. So maybe planting a seed of positive intention now. It may just be a word or a feeling. Planting it deep in the earth soil. Bringing the head back to center when you're ready. Noticing the breath once more. Maybe imagining you're breathing through the ocean of air around you, down the waterfall in your throat, towards a lake in your belly. So as you breathe in, feel the belly rising. And as you breathe out, noticing the belly falling back down, breathing out completely, back out to your ocean of air. Breathing in fully, and breathing out completely. Breathe in now for the count of 4, holding the breath and breathing out completely. Breathing in for 4, hold for 4, and breathe out for 8. Breathing in for 4, hold for 4, and breathe out for 8. One more time, in for 4, hold for 4, and out for 8. Wonderful. When you're ready, bring the palms of the hands towards the center, towards your heart space. Rubbing the palms, placing them over the closed eyes, shoulders down. Opening your eyes in darkness when you're ready. And just allow the hands to melt down away from the face. Opening your eyes in your own time. So you can change the cross of the legs if you have your legs crossed. We're going to interlock the fingers, turn the palms away, and take the arms up, shoulders down, bending the elbows slightly. And then releasing the hands, slowly circling the wrists. Lovely, we do that again, so interlock the fingers as you do naturally, then swap it over. Turn the palms away, arms up. Bend the elbows slightly. Wonderful. This time shaking the hands out to the sides. Lovely. Taking the right hand over to the right side in line with the hip. Take the top arm up and over. Try not to overstretch here, just very gently. Breathe in to come up. Breathing out over to the other side. So try and bend that lower elbow to create a bit of space between the shoulders. Moving in your own time with your own breath, one side then the other. Lovely, well done. We're just going to move into the head and neck now. So walking the fingertips away, we're just going to turn the head over to the right shoulder. Breathing in. As you breathe out, draw the chin towards the chest and we'll make a half circle all the way to the other shoulder. breathing there. When you're ready, nice and slowly moving the head and neck in a semicircle all the way over to the other side. One more time, either side. Wonderful, and back to center. When you're ready, we're going to look up, drop the jaw, and then look down, chin towards the chest, back of the neck nice and long. Doing that one again, so breathing and looking up. You can drop the jaw, and breathing out, chin to chest, back of the neck nice and long. Wonderful, guys. When you're ready, we're going to move the head over, so just tilt the head to the right, and we're going to move so that right hand just releases first finger, middle finger, just lightly pulling the head over to one side, very gently, but keep that chin tucked in towards the chest. If you want to, with the opposite hand, so with the left hand, you can bring the back of the hand towards the opposite hip or thigh, keeping that back nice and long, keeping the shoulders open. Well done, just breathing there. Moving the way you came, so back hand releases, reverse the movement, top hand over, do the same on the other side when you're ready. So tilting the head ever so slightly now to the left, tuck the chin in towards the chest, release that left hand, middle finger, first finger, lightly pulling that head, but just very gently, tuck the chin in towards the chest. Again, that right hand, back of the hand towards the opposite hip or thigh. If it feels too much to have this hand pulling the head over, then just keep the hand back down onto the ground. Just do what feels right for you today. Wonderful, guys. When you're ready, releasing the way you came, coming back to center. Lovely. So removing the blocks away, moving them to the side now. We'll come to lie on our back, so releasing the spine all the way down, taking a full body stretch here, lengthening through the arms, through the legs. Feel that wonderful stretch through the whole body. Lengthen as long as you can. And as you breathe out, just release and let go. Breathe in, stretch and lengthen as long as you can. And as you release, just let go like a piece of elastic. Just releasing. One more time. Lengthen and stretch. And release to let go. Wonderful. When you're ready, just beginning to rotate wrists and ankles in time with the breath. No rush, no stress or strain. Moving in one direction, then the other. Breathe in now to stretch and lengthen. And as you breathe out, we're going to flex the feet and draw the arms down towards your sides in time with the breath. So see if you can move as slow and as mindfully as you can. Wait for that pause between the breaths before you begin to move again. On your next inhalation, begin to point the toes and begin to move the arms overhead. So see if you can move as slowly and as mindfully as possible. Again, there might be a pause at the end of the inhalation. And as you exhale, moving once again. Slowly and mindfully. Moving in rhythm with your breath. Wonderful. Breathing in to stretch and lengthen. On your next exhalation, we're just going to draw the right knee in towards the chest, hugging that right knee in. Taking the right hand to the right knee, we're going to take the left arm out to the side into a cactus position, and we're going to isolate that right knee. So drawing nice big circles now. Right hand to right knee. Nice big circles. Try and keep the rest of the body super relaxed. Wonderful. Moving in the opposite direction, circling the other way. Again, no rush, nice and slowly. And then we're going to take opposite hand to knee, so left hand to right knee. Right arm comes out to the side into that half cactus position. And we're going to come into a twist. So when you're ready, taking a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, beginning now to draw the right knee over to the left side. Try not to pull or push that right knee. Just keep the knee wherever's comfortable here. You can use that left hand to support. And just breathe there. Try and keep your shoulders and head and neck as relaxed as possible. Couple of deep breaths here. When you're ready, taking both hands to the right knee, and we're going to slowly bring that right knee out to the side. So really carefully bring the right knee to the side. Keep that left leg straight. We're going to come into a reclined tree now. So take the arms overhead, pointing the left toes. When you're ready, bring the palms of the hands together. We're going to flex that left foot as you slowly draw the heel of the hands to the crown of the head. So keeping your elbows relaxed, fingertips slightly touching. And just breathe there. A few deep, nourishing breaths here. Letting go completely on the exhalation. Wonderful. On your next breath, taking a full body stretch, rotating wrists and ankles one direction and the other. We'll do the same on the other side when you're ready. So lengthen and stretch. As you breathe out, draw the left knee in towards the chest. Left hand to knee, right arm comes out to the side. Drawing nice big circles. Moving in time with your breath. Moving in the opposite direction when you're ready. Wonderful. Opposite hand to knee. Left arm out to the side. Nice deep breath in. As you breathe out this time, drawing the knee across over to the other side, keeping the upper body nice and relaxed. Try and keep that left elbow and shoulder down if you can. If your shoulders are really tight, the arm just might want to rest down by your side. So rather than causing stress or strain in your shoulders, just keep the arm relaxed. Breathing there. One more deep breath. When you're ready, bring both hands back to center and again out to the side. Arms overhead for recline tree as you flex the right foot. Bring the heel of the hands to the crown of the head. So maybe the fingertips might be lightly touching. Maybe you really tighten the shoulders today. Maybe just draping the arms overhead feels better. So everything's relaxed here. The only thing that's active is this right foot, as though you're stood on the ground in a tree position, but lying down. Deep inhale, deep exhale, releasing any stress or tension from the mouth. Wonderful, guys. When you're ready, lengthen and stretch both arms and legs, rotating wrists and ankles once again. So lengthen and stretching this time. We're going to bend the knees, feet come down to the ground, and we're going to lift the bottom up and hug the knees in towards the chest. Just breathing there. The shoulders relaxed. Deep inhale, deep exhale, maybe from the mouth, maybe a soft sigh through the mouth. Letting go of any stress or tension. This out breath is a wonderful antidote to pain and stress. So just let it go on that out breath, imagining any tension in the body evaporating like a cloud above you. Guys, when you're ready, bringing the feet down towards the ground so that the heels are in line with the hips and the knees are hip distance apart. So we're going to come into a few core strength exercises now. So palms facing down towards the ground. We're going to feel that natural arch in the spine as you breathe in. As you breathe out, we're going to begin to engage the pelvic floor muscles and the lower abdominal muscles. See if you can keep your shoulders and your head and neck as relaxed and passive as possible. Keep the knees exactly as they are. So breathing in, feel that natural arch in the spine. As you breathe out now, engaging the pelvic floor and lower tummy muscles, just isolating this area, keeping the rest of the body relaxed. Wonderful, guys. Taking the hands behind the head, interlocking the fingers, and just dropping the elbows out to the side. So breathing in, feel that natural arch, nice and relaxed. As you breathe out to engage pelvic floor and lower tummy, I'd like you to slowly begin to lift the head up, drawing the chin in towards the chest. So creating that wonderful flat back, engaging the pelvic floor as you do so, releasing back down completely. So breathing in to prepare, breathing out to engage. Breathing out to release. Breathing in to prepare. And breathing out as you lift. You can look towards the space between the thighs if that feels good for you. Keeping the pelvic floor and lower tummy region active, stoking and creating energy in that agni, that digestive fire within the solar plexus. So you might want to imagine the sunshine shining brightly from your solar plexus area. Maybe imagining a fire flickering within this area. Wonderful, guys. Release the head and neck back, hug the knees back in towards the chest. Taking a gentle rock from side to side, easing out through the lower back and spine. Drawing the feet back down. When you're ready this time, we're going to hover the feet away from the ground. So in like a a reverse sort of tabletop position, as though you're lying on a reclined chair. Bring the hands back behind the head. We're going to come into our toe taps. So just tapping the right toes down back to centre, left toes down back to centre. Right toes moving in time with your breath. Tucking that chin in towards the chest and no stress or strain in the neck. If that doesn't feel challenging enough for you, you can tap the toes a little further away from the body. You can try breathing through the gills and the neck, that ujjayi breath, sound of the ocean. Wonderful, guys. Hugging the knees back in towards the chest. Well done. Just breathing there. Releasing any lactic acid with the exhalation. I'm going to take a gentle rock from side to side. I'm going to take the body over to the right side now, stacking one leg on top of the other. I'm going to come into our leg raises. So just raising the left leg up, pulsing up and back down in time with the breath. Drawing circles with the upper foot. If it all feels a bit too much, you can bend that lower leg. And if it's not enough, you can hover the lower leg away from the ground as well. So just doing what feels good for you. Moving the circles in the opposite direction. And then with the foot hovered back to that neutral position, we're just going to kick up and back, turning on that positive light switch for the day. Wonderful. Lowering heels together, bending those knees, giving the top hip a rub and a tap. So these postures are wonderful for the IT band, the glutes. So just breathing there. When you're ready, stacking one heel on top of the other, we're just going to raise the top knee up and back down in time with your breath. When you're ready, lowering that knee down, and again, tap and a rub. We're going to do the same on the other side when you're ready, so just swiveling round. And you can just turn over if you like. And then stacking one knee on top of the other. Again, pulsing that top leg up and back down. Do whatever you did on the other side if you had that lower leg down or bent or hovered. Keeping it even through both sides. And then circling that foot, drawing circles. And then moving in the opposite direction. And then kicking up and back, turning on that positive light switch for the day. And then lowering down, bending the knees, tapping and rubbing that hip, releasing the lactic acid here. Wonderful, guys. Heels together, drawing that knee up and back down. Time with your breath. And then lowering down once again. Tap and a rub. Well done, guys. When you're ready, we're going to roll onto our bellies into Sphinx posture. So elbows roughly in line with the shoulders, or maybe a little further forward. If there's any pinching in the lower back, just shuffling the elbows a little further away from the body. Spreading the palms, taking the weight into the forearms as you draw the shoulders away from the ears. So rather than collapsing the shoulders towards the ears, We're going to push down and away, feet hip distance apart. Just looking a few feet in front of you towards the ground, so there's no stress in the neck or in the head. Just breathing there. Just going to turn the head over towards the right shoulder and then over the left shoulder. And then we're going to come into our cobra waves, so taking the arms out in front of you, pads of the fingers down, elbows down, chin down, and we're just going to move through the spine here. So again, if you want to imagine that you're on that surfboard or paddleboard, there's these little waves pushing through the pads of the fingers to come up over the crest of these waves, softening through the spine. Your feet might want to come up at the same time. Just see what happens in the body, see what feels good for you. And then bringing the hands a little wider, a little closer in towards the body, as we imagine that these waves are getting a little bit bigger now. Coming up over the crest and back down. Close your eyes if you wish to. And just breathe. So in time with the breath, we're moving that spine like a wave of movement. If it feels too much, come back to the previous position. So as long as there's no pinching in the spine, we can move up into an up dog, low cobra. If that feels like it's too much, just come back into the previous posture or into your Sphinx pose. So when and if you're ready, you can bring the thumbs right in towards the breastbone, tuck the elbows in, and we're going to imagine now we're coming up onto quite a big wave. So we're going to push through the hands, we're going to lift the body up, drop the shoulders, looking up slightly, and just breathing there. And then draw the knees down, take the weight back. We're going to come into a child's pose. So draw the weight all the way back, forehead down. You can draw the knees together or you can take the knees wide. Just see what feels good for you. If you're tight in the shoulders, you can make a triangle with the hands and just draw the forehead down. So to open up the shoulders a little bit more, we're going to bring the palms of the hands together and we're going to draw the thumbs in towards our C7, which is the upper vertebra that sticks out right at the base of the neck. So in your child's pose, you can take the knees wide if you want to and allow the body to relax between the thighs. Palms together and thumbs towards the lower neck. Wonderful. Then when you're ready, we're going to bring the knees back in towards one another and we're going to come into hare posture. So you might want to watch me to begin with, but we're going to draw the weight onto the forehead. So keeping the hands on the heels or on the ankles, we're simply just drawing the weight of the body on towards the top of the head, so right onto the crown of the head. If the hands don't reach, just resting the hands on the shins or on the thighs is fine. But it's almost that action that you come into doing a headstand, that we're getting all the benefits, breathing into that thyroid gland. See how that feels with the world upside down. Just breathe there. Wonderful, guys. Rolling the head back very carefully, very mindfully. Then bringing the hands onto all fours, we're going to come into a few cat-cows. So into a tabletop position to begin with. Rotating the shoulders, we're going to open the heart space, breathing in. As you breathe out now, curling through the spine, drawing the chin in towards the chest. So moving in your own time with your own breath, breathing in. Opening and breathing out, curling under. Using that ujjayi breath, that ocean breath if you wish to. Or a natural breath is fine. Breathing in to open, breathing out to curl under. And then we're going to circle the hips now in a clockwise position. Closing the eyes if you wish to. Moving one direction, then the other. And then tucking the toes under. We're going to come into a downward dog. So tuck the toes under, draw the weight back towards the heels, push through the hands into your downward dog. Breathing there. That wonderful sensation of the world upside down. Into a few leg raises now. So bring the feet in towards one another. We're simply taking the right leg up towards the ceiling, pointing the toes and back down. Left leg comes up, three-legged dog and back down. Right leg comes up and back down. Wonderful. When you're ready, we're going to walk, step or jump the feet towards the hands, bringing the feet hip distance apart, bending the knees and allow the body just to rest over the thighs. Grab hold of opposite elbows if you wish to. Couple of yeses or nos with the head. And then release the hand. We're going to slowly come up vertebra by vertebra through the spine. Coming up to standing when you're ready, very slowly making your way into Tadasana, just rotating the shoulders a few times. Wonderful. If you want to grab a glass of water, feel free. So in mountain pose, Tadasana, bringing the feet hip distance apart, rotate the shoulders back and down, palms to face the front, and just close the eyes here, feeling that grounded earth energy through the feet. Just breathing there. Feel that sensation of the ground beneath you. Feel the energy moving up through the whole body. And when you're ready, opening your eyes, taking your arms overhead, dropping the shoulders, and have a stretch over to one side. Come back to center when you're ready, and slowly over to the other side. Back to center. Draw the arms down towards your sides, and then we're going to take the arms out in front, palms to face the sky or ceiling, onto the shoulders. Take the feet a little wider, heels in. We're going to bend the knees, draw the elbows up as you breathe in, and release, drop the jaw as you breathe out. Wonderful. Breathing in and breathing out, opening and lengthening. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out to open and lengthen. Breathing in to come up. And breathing out to lengthen. Lovely. Doing the opposite direction now. So breathing in, elbows come up. And breathe out to release. Breathing in to come up. And release. Couple more times. Wonderful. Just release the shoulders, release the arms. A little shake out to the sides. Lovely. So coming towards the front of your mat now, come to a few sun salutations. So bringing the feet hip distance apart, bringing the hands towards the lower back. So fingertips facing up, hips to come forward, opening the heart space into a gentle back bend. And then we're going to fold forward. So the back of the hands come all the way down the backs of the legs. Release the head and neck. Couple of yeses, couple of no's. Hands to shins, nice flat back. Bring the hands down now. We're going to step one foot then the other into your plank. And just breathing there. Lowering the knees down, tucking the elbows in, chest hovering, coming up into an up dog or low cobra. And then back to all fours. Tuck the toes under. And back into your downward dog. Taking 3 nourishing breaths here. Bending one knee then the other. And then you can walk, step or jump the feet back towards the hands, bend the knees and reverse swan dive, coming all the way back and to center. Wonderful, guys. We'll do the same on the other side when you're ready. So bringing the palms of the hands together this time. Arms come up, hips come forward, arms in line with the ears. As you fold forward, folding from the hips all the way down. Breathing in, nice flat back. And out this time, stepping back, left foot may be then right, back into your plank position. Lowering the knees, chest, chin, elbows in, coming up. And then back to all fours. Just sitting back on the heels for a few moments here, just breathing there. Knees wide, body resting between the thighs. Wonderful, guys. When you're ready, coming back to all fours, tucking the toes under, taking a few deep breaths here. And then walking the feet back towards the hands, bend the knees, slowly reverse, all the way back up to standing. Shoulders rotating back and away. Lovely, guys. So when you're ready, we'll come into tree posture. So taking the weight into both feet to begin with, into Tadasana. Just finding a spot to gaze at in front of you. Taking the weight over to the right side, opening out that left knee and left hip and bringing the palms together. So this is option 1. Just finding that spot to gaze at in front of you. If you wish to, you can bring that foot towards the calf or towards the inner thigh and bringing those palms together. Just breathing there, opening the hips out with courage. If you wish to, you can take the arms up and overhead. Take the arms wide. Take a nice deep breath in and drawing the energy back towards your heart space, slowly and mindfully releasing the foot back down. Wonderful, guys. Give the legs a little shake, a little tap, a little rub, whatever you need to do. And then we'll find that spot to gaze at again, taking the weight over to the left side, turning that right heel out. Again, bringing the foot towards the calf or thigh, palms together. Arms come up overhead if you wish to. Arms wide. Take a nice deep breath in. And when you're ready, coming back. Hands to heart. Lovely. Releasing that lower leg, releasing both legs. We'll come into one more balance here. So eagle posture now. We can hear the birds in the background today, so in honor of them, we're going to take the weight over to our right side, left knee over right, as though you're sat in an imaginary bar stool, finding that spot to gaze at in front of you, drawing the left arm in front of you, sweeping the right arm under, and bring the palms of the hands together or backs of the hands. If this is too much, just stick with the legs. If it's too much for the legs, just stick with the arms. Breathing there. Release the way you came when you're ready, and take it nice and wide. Top of the mountain, come up onto the toes, and release down. Breathing in to come up. Top of the mountain, stretch, and breathing out. Well done, guys. One more time. Lengthen and stretch, and release. Lovely. We'll do the same on the other side when you're ready. Taking the weight over to that left leg, crossing over right. Right arm comes up. Left arm, palms together or backs of the hands into your eagle posture. And then release when you're ready. Release the legs. Take it nice and wide. Shimmer and shake the whole body. Stretch and lengthen, breathing out. Breathing in to stretch wide. To toes, go for it. And breathing out. Lovely, guys. Shimmer and shake the legs. Shimmer and shake the arms. Come towards the front of your mats when you're ready. We're going to take the weight onto the balls of the feet. Arms out in front of you. And then slowly, slowly make your way down onto your mats, bringing the feet as wide as the mat, and just moving, swooshing the knees from one side to the other. Moving steadily in time with your breath. Next time your knees come over to the right, we're going to keep the right hand down, and we're just going to swoosh that left arm up and over the ear into a half circle, and then back down. Do the same over the other side, swooshing the knees over to the left. Right arm comes over and back down. We'll do that one more time on either side. Wonderful, guys. Lovely. Making your way down towards your mats now. And if you have a block nearby, we're going to come into a supported bridge. So you might have a block similar to this. This might be in the form of a book. You might just have a firm cushion that you can fold once, then twice. Just go and grab whatever you need to now, if that feels good for you, as we come into our supported bridge. So bringing the feet, tucking them in towards the bottom, palms either side of you, and just taking that block, and we're going to come onto that edge. So you've got a couple of options. You can keep it quite low, or you can come up onto that slightly longer length side of it. Not all the way up, but you can do. If you want to come all the way up onto the top part, then you can, but I find that this kind of edge feels quite good. If it feels uncomfortable, you can always take a blanket and rest it on top so that it doesn't feel too edgy if your block is uncomfortable. We're going to face the palms down towards the ground. So your knees are roughly in line with your hips, which are roughly in line with your shoulders, and everything's facing down into a downward diagonal towards the throat. Tucking the chin in towards the chest slightly. And just breathe there. So this is a wonderful posture to ease out through the back, through the spine. This is wonderful to activate that thyroid gland in the throat. And also helps with our lymphatic drainage. If there's any coughs or colds going on at the moment, this is a wonderful posture. Breathing it out. So just let it go. Surrender to the posture. Become aware of your breath. Breathing through those gills and the neck. If that feels good for you. Wonderful, guys. When you're ready, we're going to lift the bottom up, so take the weight into the feet and turn that block down to its lowest setting, or you can just move the block, or if you have a cushion, just make it slightly flatter, and just take the legs up now towards the sky, flexing the feet into waterfall pose. This can be a really great posture to do against the wall, legs up against the wall with a cushion, a firm cushion under the bottom, maybe against your headboard or something. At the end of the day, if you've had a day where you spent a lot of time on your feet, so just breathing there. Wonderful, guys. Slowly bend the knees, bring the feet back down, take the weight into the feet as you remove the block away from you. Hug your knees back in towards the chest and take a very gentle rock from side to side, easing out through the hips, through the pelvic region, sacral area, sacroiliac joints. Hands into the knees, maybe drawing a few circles in one direction then the other. And then we're going to lower the feet and lower the legs all the way down. Release the arms either side of you into Shavasana now. Closing your eyes. Breathing here and allowing the whole body to completely surrender and release. Imagining a wave of relaxation moving from the top of the head all the way down towards the toes. From the toes to the top of the head. This wave of relaxation moving through the whole body. And from the top of the head to the toes. Imagine with every wave of motion, the body becomes a little more relaxed and heavy. Bringing the attention to the hips and allowing the hips to soften and settle with every breath. And be saying to yourself as you breathe in, I surrender. As you breathe out, I release. Same with the shoulders now. Bringing the attention to the shoulder blades, breathing in. I surrender. Breathing out, I release. And through the nose, maybe softly out through the lips. And then taking a few deep breaths when you're ready. Maybe bringing the right hand to your belly and left hand to your heart. Just noticing the body breathing itself without any effort from you. Making that intention or coming back to that heart's intention you made at the start of the practice, or setting a new one. And just imagining that intention blossoming like a beautiful lotus flower in the heart space. Breathe in its fragrance. Breathe out, let it go. Wriggling your fingers and toes, taking the arms overhead into a full body stretch now, lengthening and stretching, and just rotating wrists and ankles, one direction then the other. Breathe in to stretch and lengthen. As you breathe out now, folding, bending the knees, placing the feet back down onto the ground as you lift the bottom up, and then hug the knees in towards the chest. Doing whatever you need to here. You might just want to stay still. You might want to make a bit of movement with the knees, circling the knees, or just rocking from side to side. Staying still is fine. Taking the weight when you're ready over to one side, turning the palms down and just resting in a fetal position for a few moments. And when you're ready, pushing through the hands, slowly peeling up through the spine, coming to a comfortable seated posture on the heels or crossing the legs, and just resting the hands on the knees or on the lap. Just taking a few moments here. When you're ready, bringing the palms of the hands together at the heart space. We'll make the chant of Om just once to end the practice together. So when you're ready, nice deep breath in. Om. Rubbing the palms of the hands, placing them over the closed eyes, shoulders down. Opening your eyes in darkness when you're ready. Just allowing the hands to melt away from the face, opening your eyes in your own time. Bringing the hands to the head for the right thoughts, to the mouth for the right words, and to the heart for the right intentions. Namaste. Thanks, guys. Well done.